Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I
I hear you.
Do you hear my voice?
Yes, I hear. It's
Okay.
clear.
Yes. So, how are you today?
It's a rainy day, but it's nice. No problem.
Good. It's rainy.
Yes,
Where are
it's.
you?
I am in Istanbul, but sometimes it's rainy, sometimes the sun is shining.
Very good. Yes, Istanbul is most of the time is rainy. So, how is the weather? Is it cold and rainy or?
Outside is cold. Yes, you need raincoat and keep your warm. Yes, it's cold, not
Good.
hot, not easy to walking. You need some clothes.
Yes. I suppose a couple of days ago it was snowing. Snowed a lot. Yes.
Yes, Istanbul in the past was very snowy. I think normally should be snow, but for a few years they call so climate change or global
Climate.
problem.
Climate.
There is no snow, but I like snow because snow is very nice for us. There is a skiing areas.
Okay, I got it. Great. Okay. Nice.
Nice.
So, yeah, what about the other friends? Is everyone here ready? Sorry, it was late today because, something just, urgent came up I had to deal with. So I couldn't start on time. And actually, I have class at 5. So most probably we have to finish our session in 20 minutes only for today. So sorry for that. So today we're going to talk about IELTS reading, as you know.
Yes,
Great. Alime, how are you?
fine. And you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. Thanks. So, about IELTS reading, I suppose that most of you know, maybe some don't. And have you ever taken any IELTS exam, any of you?
I did, but I told before.
Yes, you said it before.
Yes.
Do you remember about the reading part, Alime?
Sorry, I don't
Do
remember.
you do you remember the reading part?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. How was it? Was it difficult, easy,
I think it was difficult.
difficult?
I don't
Do you know
remember.
how much you scored?
4 or 5, between 4 and 5.
Great. And how long have you studied for that? How long did you study for?
Actually, I didn't study. As I remember, I just bought a book about IELTS. Uh,
Yes.
I checked it, some techniques,
Yes.
some reading parts. That's all.
It was all you did.
Yes. I just
Okay.
wanted to try. Uh, how-
Yes, I remember you said that you just wanted to give it a try.
yes.
That's why you good. So, which part of the IELTS exam do you think is the most difficult one for you?
Which parts?
Yes, we have
Or-
4 sections. We have listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Which part is the most difficult one for you?
I said before again, listening parts.
No, listening. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I forgot it because the many students.
Yes.
So, what about reading? Do you consider? Do you think it's difficult?
I not about IELTS, but reading parts normally it is good for me because
Uh-huh.
I am reading something, some essays. I am following some sites uh,
Mm-hmm.
about news, uh,
Great.
improving reading. But there is no. I'm not doing anything about listening.
Yes, I see. I understand.
Yes.
Any other friends? Anyone? Do you have any idea about the IELTS reading? How is it going about the IELTS or how it is taken actually? How the exam is? Friends, is anyone willing to speak? No. So let me just explain something about the IELTS shortly and briefly. As you know, in IELTS, we have 4 different sections. And first, you will start by listening, and then we'll have reading, and then writing, and finally speaking. So the speaking is always taken separately, sometimes before your exam, sometimes after that. So you can choose it yourself. Before taking the written part, you can have your speaking, or after the written part. It's up to you. But for the written part, it can be on paper or computer-based. So we have, as I said, listening first, and then reading, and then writing. Today, we're supposed to talk about the reading part. In IELTS reading section, we have 3 passages, or we have 3 sections. In these passages, you're going to see 40 different questions. And these 40 questions, they're going to start from the easiest one to the hardest ones. But meanwhile, some of the questions are mixed. You know, some parts, some passages, some types of questions or statements are somehow tricky and difficult even in the beginning. So it's not always like that you say that it starts from the easiest ones and goes to the hardest ones. But generally it's like this. And we have totally 40 questions in the reading section. And out of these 40 questions, we have more than 10 different types of questions and statements that you're going to read the text and find it through statements or answers to the question. You got it?
Yes.
One of the most important skills that you will need to do this part is comprehension and also fast reading. We call them totally skimming and scanning. But skimming and scanning are really, really general terms. I don't actually, let's say, focus on skimming and scanning that much because they're really general. And also, it depends on different students. It changes from one to another. Some students are good at skimming. Some students are good at scanning. Some students are good at both. Some students are not good at both. You know, they're not good at either of them. So it's not good only to focus on skimming and scamming. There are many other strategies depending on the specific question. As I said, more than 10 types of different statements or questions you're going to encounter in your IELTS exam. And each type of question needs a different strategy if you want to master your reading part. And to me, reading is the most complicated part. Reading is really, really complicated. The other parts are easier to learn. The other part are easier if you want to score, let's say, 7 or over 7. But reading part, very rarely happens that a student can score over 7. At most, they score 7. But for the other parts, they can do. And also, speaking is not a big deal. Generally, students can make or they can score 6, 6.5, or even 7. So about the strategies for the questions, we have some different types of the statements. For example, some of them are yes, no questions. Yes, no, not mentioned. Some of them are true, false, not mentioned. You know, these types of questions seem similar, but the strategy for both are completely different, with the yes, no, not mentioned questions and true, false, not mentioned questions. But most of the students, or I don't want to say something about it, let's say teachers, but some of the teachers even don't care about the differences between the strategies. Of course, I'm not talking about the IELTS instructors, but there's some teachers that they know English a bit, so they think that they can instruct IELTS as well, because they think that IELTS is somehow the same as English, but it's not the same. IELTS is not about general English. IELTS is completely about the strategies, about the techniques, tactics, because those guys who are sitting in IELTS centers, they want to, let's say, place your ability of comprehensive understanding, your, let's say, velocity, just finding these statements, questions, answers. They want to know about your IQ and EQ and how you're going to deal in different circumstances. Because let's say, for example, in listening part, some questions are coming out, some parts that it needs your fully focused and concentrated will. So in that case, you can find the answer, true answer. But if you have more time, let's say, if I give you that question or statements or that listening part and I give you 10 minutes, if you listen to it for 3 times, easily you can understand. Easily you can find the answer. But it's important to understand and find the answer in the first place. Sorry for that. It's also the same for reading. If you have more time, easily you can understand, you can find the answer. But some of the questions, some of these statements are really, really tricky. So I give you some general hints for reading part. In reading part, if you want to improve your reading skills, first you need to improve your range of vocabulary. Vocabulary is really important in reading because I would say that more than 90% of the statements and the text and reading and the words that comes in the reading and the statements are synonyms and opposites or antonyms, let's say. Synonyms and antonyms. More than 90% of the words. You read a text, will see some words and vocabularies, and then when you just go through these statements and questions, you will see the exact synonym of that word, exact antonym of that word. So what is important here is to have a great range of vocabulary. And that range of vocabulary is not only synonym, it's synonym and antonym. You understand? So if you want to master your reading part, it's best to learn vocabularies, as many as possible. But learning vocabulary itself has many different strategies. It's not good if you just, try to write down the new words, new vocabularies that you're just picking from every different text, write them down in your notebook and make a very, very long word list. No, it doesn't work. Also, memorizing or reading or understanding words and vocabularies has its own specific strategy. The most important point here, generally, in order to master IELTS, is the reading strategy. There are many exams, Turkish exams that most of you have already taken some of them, like YDS, you know that. That exam, to me, is a kind of, it's not a standard exam, but it is as is. So you have it in Turkey, and you have to pass it. You have to take the certificate if you want to do, I don't know, master or get a job or whatever. So if you want to study for YDS, most probably most of you have taken some courses. And in those courses, teachers are teaching you some strategies to find the answer, And for IELTS as well, strategy to study is important. Otherwise, there are many sources, many books, everything you can find. But the strategy to study is really important. Strategy to study words and vocabularies. Strategy to study reading or text. Strategy to study or improving your listening part. Or strategy to study writing. Strategy to do speaking. Each of the skills has its own specific strategy. And that strategy only IELTS instructors who are expert, who are experienced in IELTS can give you the right and the true strategy so you can study well, better if you don't want to waste your time, money, and also get to your future. So if you have any specific question about reading part, you can start speaking, any of you. Please start.
How much time does it take for reading exam?
1 hour.
1 hour for
Yes.
40 questions.
For 40 questions, exactly. You will have 1 hour and you will have 40 questions. Just a moment, yes. 1 hour and 40 questions. You will have 3 passages. Passage 1, passage 2, passage 3. Generally, it's like this. Passage 1, generally, not always. Passage 1 is the easiest one. And then you have passage 2 is the middle level or the medium difficulties. And then passage 3 is the most difficult one. Generally, it is like this. But the questions are not always like, let's say, 20, 20, 20. No, you will have 40 questions, and sometimes you have 13 questions in passage 1, and then you have, I don't know, another 13 questions in passage 2, and then you would have 14 questions in passage 3. But generally, you would have 40 questions, and you have 1 hour to answer all of them. Any other question? If you have any, please ask me.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
In the IELTS exam
Yes.
for the reading part, I haven't experienced it before. But first, I think I need to see the types of the questions, and then I can evaluate myself what kind of preparation should I do, in addition to the advice that you have given us here to us. So
yes.
I think if in the beginning, first thing we should do is to be familiar with the interface of the reading part. Okay. I mean, we need to see the hardships of the types of the questions, and then only by noticing it we can make a plan or arranging the time during the exam. So do you have a sample of the IELTS reading part, or is it possible for you?
Yeah, I do have all the samples, everything.
To share with us in this group.
I will share with you. Just a moment.
Okay.
But there's a point, friends. Listen, you know, when you're practicing or reading or studying for IELTS, yes, you can just go through the statements, questions, find a good strategy for yourself, and then you can get back to the questions, you know, step by step, easily find the answers. But it's in practice. In the IELTS exam, you don't have that much time. You don't have that much time to just, you know, first read the statements, find out what type of statements you have, and then try to think to find the strategy, come back, go back again. No, you don't have that much time. You have, let's say, 1 minute, almost 1.5 minutes for each question or each statement. And also you have a very long and difficult text that you have to study. You know, you have to read the text, you have to understand it. Some of the questions, some of the texts are not that easy to just, you know, match them or to find the true answer. Some of the texts, you have to deeply read them. So you cannot lose time. Just imagine for each passage, you have 20 minutes. So you have 3 passages, okay? 20 minutes for 1 passage. And let's say you have 13 questions for it, 13 statements, okay? So in 20 minutes, you have to read the text, which is almost 500 words, you know, more or less 500 words, sometimes more. And it's completely academic. It's coming from general topics, but full of words, vocabularies, and academic text. So in 20 minutes, you have to read it, and you have to read the questions, and you have to find the answers. That's why I say that, you know, it's not only enough to just do the practice at home, read the questions, the statements, and then get back to the text and come back to them. Do exercise at home, do some practice text, and then you can evaluate yourself. You can see how well you are in doing reading part, or even other parts, even, let's say, listening part. Let me share the link. There's a Telegram group, Telegram channel, and all the books, all the IELTS books, of course, the original ones. All the IELTS original books and the audio files are in that channel, so you can just, you know, easily join the channel and use them. The channel is mine, okay? And maybe I send you the link. I will send you the link. If you can find the IELTS books, okay. If you can't, I will update the channel tonight or maybe tomorrow, okay? Just wait for it for tomorrow. I will send all the books and all the audio files. You got it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Just a moment. Let me just share the link for you. Just a moment. It's in Telegram, native English. Everyone. There you go. So this is the link of the channel. It's my channel, Native English with Michael. And I will update the link and everything. And still now you can join the channel. There are many books, many sources, many things that you can use. Okay, join the channel. You can use many things there. But by tomorrow, I try to put all the books and audio files and everything of the IELTS books that you need. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You understand?
We shouldn't enter now, right?
Yes, you can. You can enter. No problem. Just join. Join the channel. There are many
Okay.
other books you can use.
Okay, now I join.
Join. No problem. You can join.
There are a lot of things. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there are many books and many, let's say, PDF that you will need them in order to learn English, and also for IELTS and TOEFL and everything. Okay, have you joined? Join this channel. It's really useful. Friends,
No, we have
unfortunately,
joined.
I have to leave because I have another class that I told you today. There was an urgent. I had to run, so I started a bit late. Sorry for that. So next session we'll continue with the IELTS, let's say, clarification, and then we'll continue. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you
teacher.
so much. Thank you for your time, and sorry for being late today. I hope to see you again.
No problem.
Bye.
See you.
Okay.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.